if you could please direct your attention to the north side of the Art Keller Field, Carthage Athletics would like to recognize the 2021 men's soccer senior class. These individuals have been a part of a many-storied season in Carthage men's soccer history. The class has played in 2 CCIW Conference Title Championship matches, earned NCAA AQs, won league titles, and are members of historic teams over their years. They have been to each coast and everywhere in between, played one of the most demanding schedules, and powered through a pandemic on and off the field in steadfast approach. Many know them for their work on the soccer field, but few know them for their work in the community. Countless hours being role models for kids, game managing, other sports, fundraising, or supporting local charities and schools. Please help us recognize our 2021 senior class in their families, beginning with Stephen Owens. Escorted by his father Dale and mother Janet, Stephen studied marketing and plans to work in sales in the greater Chicagoland area. His favorite moment while at Carthage was the preseason trip to the East Coast during his junior season, playing in matches and bonding with the team. And he is proud to be a part of a great program with so many great players. Stephen would like to thank his parents for helping him through his journey. Steve Doman and the entire coaching staff for giving him the opportunity to play at Carthage, and all his teammates past and present. Coach Doman says he was one of the team's strongest keepers coming out of this preseason and is glad he has won all of his matches he has appeared in as a starter. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Stephen Owens. Our second senior being honored today is Arnold Arvalo. Joined today by his father Carlos and mother Claudia, the Montgomery, Illinois native studied marketing and management at Carthage and plans to begin his career in sales. His favorite moment with the program was traveling with the team and competing against great colleges on the East Coast. Arnold would like to thank his parents for supporting him and helping him reach his goals. He would also like to thank the Carthage coaching staff for this unforgettable experience and for allowing him to continue his soccer career. Coach Doman would remember Arnold as a consummate leader who was never too busy to help his teammates. He fought hard on the field and was dependable, consistent, and humble during his time at Carthage. Ladies and gentlemen, Arnold Arvalo. Our final senior being recognized today is Conrad Bolster. He is escorted on the field today by his father Mike and mother Jennifer. The midfielder and defender graduates from Carthage with a degree in both marketing and management and plans to find a job that he loves doing while continuing to play soccer. His most memorable moment with the program was going to Houston during his freshman year during Hurricane Harvey and how the team came together to overcome the struggles during that trip. Conrad says he is very fortunate to have such great friends, family, and coaches here at Carthage and is thankful for all of them. He will also value and appreciate the memories he has shared with everyone here. Coach Doman will remember Conrad as having an incredible effect on the team. Coach says he is amongst the hardest working players in the program's history and was dedicated to his fitness and pushing his teammates. He has a true student athlete who balanced academics, jobs, playing soccer, and even being with his friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Conrad Bolster. Now let's give one more round of applause for your 2021 Carthage men's senior soccer class. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Art Keller Field for today's game between the Trinity International Trojans and the Carthage College Firebirds. Let's meet today's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Trojans. At midfield, number 2, Trenton Garside. At defense, number 3, Nathan Patterson. At midfield, number 6, Troy Sy. At midfield, number 13, Jorge Vasquez. At defense, number 18, Nick Willard. At defense, number 23, Caleb Wells. At midfield, number 28, Daniel Rivera. At midfield, number 34, Zdena Charles. At defense, number 35, Joe Caracos. At defense, number 37, Zach Maudsley. And at goalkeeper, number 93, Jake Bateneth. And now for the starting lineup for the Carthage Firebirds. At forward, number 3, Mason Mccaw. At defense, number 4, Arnold Arvalo. At midfield, number 10, Danny Eloisa. At forward, number 12, Matt Darbo. At defense, number 13, Quinn Roth. At midfield, number 17, Cesar Resendez. At defense, number 18, Kevin Reilly. At midfield, number 20, Nick Renfro. At midfield, number 21, Aiden Crowder. At defense, number 22, Conrad Bolster. And at goalkeeper, 00, Stephen Owens. The head coach of Carthage is Steve Doman. He is assisted by Michael Dombrowski, Jonathan Rimkus, and Colton Walter. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Senior Day here at Art Keller Field in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Welcome into this broadcast as the Carthage College Firebirds, in their last home game of the year, take on the Trinity International Trojans. David Korseniowski with you from Kenosha, Happy to be with you on this Saturday evening. 3 seniors were honored pregame for the Firebirds. Arnold Arvalo, Stephen Owens, and Conrad Bolster. All 3 are in the starting lineup. You just heard the rest of the starters for Carthage as well. A notable starter missing, Reilly, not in the starting lineup after getting that red card in their most recent game against Elmhurst earlier this week. He also had a yellow. His brother Kevin is in the starting lineup at number 18 at defense. Trinity International on the other side, 4-9 this year, 3-9 in the CCAC. Carthage has been perfect, 4-0 this 2021 season, and 3-0 in conference. Who will come out on top for the last home game of the year for these Carthage College Firebirds? We'll find out in just a moment. Starting lineups introduced, fans on hand here in Kenosha. It's a chilly evening. Temperatures in the high 40s, low 50s. Fans are bundled up despite it being early May, but we know the temperatures tend to rise a little bit later here than in other parts of the country. Carthage will start it off, and we are underway. A big boot into the offensive third, and chasing is Aiden Crowder. Quickly goes out of bounds for the Trojans. Carthage wearing their home blacks, all black shorts and shirts with the white lettering. Trinity International black shorts and those bright blue tops with the black lettering. Trinity's most recent recorded game was against Lincoln University back on April 10th. They lost 1-0. Have still continued to play this spring, as many colleges at the D3 level piecing together schedules that they can, as Carthage has played a handful of scrimmages, and this is their 5th official game. Backline now, moving up slowly, is Arnold Arvalo, one of the 3 seniors we just mentioned, from Montgomery, Illinois. 57 minutes in his most recent game, stands at 5'7", 155. Went to Oswego East High School. Boots it to the far side. Carthage with control early in this match. Trinity tries to step in. That was Joel Caracos, one of the aggressive freshman defenders for the Trojans. Also plays up at midfield. He's from Berlin, Germany. He picked up 2 yellow cards back in that game against Lincoln in early April. Quick cross into the 18. Booted back out of play towards the midfield for the Trojans. A lot of space up ahead. Foot race as Matt Darbo seals off a streaking Jorge Vasquez. Vasquez stands at 5'7", 5 shots in the 2021 season, and over 500 minutes played. We have a whistle against Trinity, and Carthage comes up with the ball. To the midfield for Nick Renfro. Renfro, the freshman from Naperville, Illinois. He's played in over 300 minutes this season. 4 starts. 6 points as well, 2 goals and 2 assists for Renfro. Back in goal for the Carthage Firebirds is Stephen Owens. He wears double zeros today instead of Lucas Sucker. More on Owens. He's a transfer from the University of Dubuque. Favorite player is Gianluigi Buffon, the famous Italian goalkeeper, now with Juventus. Owens stands at 6', 190. Playing in net today for Carthage. Slow moving in the midfield so far, neither team with many chances. Carthage has been a high-powered offense, averaging 3.25 goals per game this season and limiting opponents to just 0.5 goals per game. Carthage with an impressive 4-0 record in this strange 2021 season. Trinity, on the other hand, a little bit slower going offensively, 1.53 goals against. As a turnover here, back into the 18. Moving in is Mason Mccaw. Firebirds still have it. Here's Conrad Bolster, another senior. Outside for Danny Aloyza. Aloyza sealed off in the corner. Nice takeaway by the Trojans. But Carthage still has it. Back and forth in the attacking third for the Firebirds. Bolster to Resendez. Resendez, a shot and a goal from way outside the 18. Cesar Resendez scores the first goal. It's 1-0 Carthage. I don't think anyone in the stadium was expecting him to shoot that and shoot it in, but he did just that, well outside the 18. That was incredible. Resendez's first goal of the 2021 season. In his fourth start, he had only one shot on goal before that. That was an absolute strike, and it beats the goalkeeper for Trinity, Jacob Butenhoff. Butenhoff, the senior from Zion, Illinois, gets beat on his first shot faced of the evening. Carthage strikes first. They're up 1-0. Resendez now involved in the action at the midfield. Here come the Trojans. Pass back inside. Nice give and go, just out of the reach of a streaking Trojan forward. Regrouping is Stephen Owens back inside the 6. Trinity now playing on their heels a tad. It was Xavier Brown who was trying to catch up to it on the most recent chance. Trinity has not really gathered much sustained offensive possession so far, as Carthage has been able to take it away and get some opportunities. Tried a chance for Troy Tsai. Tsai from Manila out in the Philippines. Trinity International has a handful of international players. Players ranging from the Philippines to England to the UAE. Conrad Bolster now, nice move inside one of the seniors. His favorite player is Ronaldinho. Bolster from New Lenox, Illinois. Playing his 4th game so far this year, his 2nd start. He has 1 yellow card on the season, 5'10", 155. He and Arvalo and Stephen Owens getting the nod from head coach Steve Doman on senior day. Doman in his 26th season at the helm for the Firebirds. 273 career wins and a win percentage close to 600 at .584. Outside now to Aiden Crowder. We have a whistle, and the Carthage bench doesn't like that. Goes against the Firebirds, and back and forth to that big red C at midfield here at Art Keller. Out of bounds on the far side now. Trinity will throw it in. Zdena Charles, the Wisconsin native, freshman, turns it over. Now back up to Resendez, the hero so far in this game. An outstanding goal from well outside the box to beat Butenhoff, who I don't think was even expecting the shot, as many here at Art Keller weren't. Bolster sends it back the easy way to Owens. Owens will calm it down. Looking up ahead for Danny Eloisa. Eloisa to Charles for Trinity. Here's Kevin Reilly. We mentioned his brother Mickey out of the lineup with that red card and yellow card against Elmhurst. Carthage won that game 1-0, but picked up 5 cards, 4 yellows and 1 red, 2 of them from Mickey Reilly. He'd been having an outstanding season with 11 points and a team-leading 5 goals. Notched up a hat trick against Augustana back in April. He is not on the field so far tonight. Crowder moves into the 18, a cross, goes past the left post. Butenhoff was there in case it was leaking in towards goal. About 8 minutes gone in this one. We have not seen a corner yet. Chasing it down is Mason Mccaw, and this will set up the first corner. He'll go to the near left side. Mccaw, the freshman from Oswego, Illinois. His 5th start on the year. He's got a goal and an assist. He's the corner man here. Big boot high, looking far side. Header goes off of a Trojan defender as well. So that means another corner. Resendez will take it from the far side this time. Resendez positions the ball on that corner right by the flag. Quick boot, this one high and far as well. Headed by Nick Renfro back to the top of the 18, and Trinity tries to turn the field. It was Xavier Brown who's shown that burst of speed offensively, but can't quite tee it up with his teammates so far. Carthage has not broken a sweat defensively. And Resendez with a highlight reel goal to give them the early lead in this first half. Senior day at Art Keller Field. Arnold Arvalo, Stephen Owens, and Conrad Bolster, the three seniors honored pregame here in their final game at home in Kenosha. Whistle against against Carthage will set it up for Trinity. Some Carthage fans unhappy with that on the near side. Nathan Patterson will start it off. Patterson, a junior, 13th start of the season. He's played over 1,000 minutes this season. Back in 2019, he played in 17 matches, so he's been a staple for a few years now in Trinity. And a big boot, gloved handily by Stephen Owens. Great hustle from Xavier Brown, trying to connect on the header from that big boot from Patterson. Renfro, near side to Bolster. Bolster tries some footwork inside, has it snatched away. Daniel Rivera now sends it back to the back line to let him calm down. Trinity moves up, passes to the right. And again, we'll steer it back. Trinity trying to hang on to this possession, connect their passes. They do just that, and then a trip up on the near side. Aloyza quick to take it away. He gets tripped up, and a foul on Trinity. Mccaw waits for his team to move up into that offensive third. They'll have a free kick here. Mccaw played his club soccer for the Galaxy Soccer Club. Now raises his left arm in a big boot. Nobody home, though. This will go past the far side and almost out of bounds. Trinity in their second season under the helm of Josiah Larson. Larson, the head coach, 10, 18, and 3 in his 2+ seasons now. Previously worked as an assistant for the men's and women's team. Trying to get as many games under his team's belt as they can. Traveling up from Illinois to Wisconsin here on this Saturday evening. Just about 40 minutes separating these two schools. Trinity, located about a half-hour north of Chicago. Here's Mccaw. Mccaw with the throw-in now. Seen him on a lot of set pieces, whether they be free kicks, corner kicks, throw-ins. Looks like he stepped past the line and will have to throw again here, or perhaps a foul by Trinity on the receiving end. Mccaw now. In towards the 6, headed by Trinity. Oh, just over the bar. Quinn Roth was there on the second header, and it just snuck over the crossbar. Butenoff was again out of position. Kind of a funky play that almost resulted in a second goal for the Firebirds. And another turnover by the Trojans. Carthage with 4 shots to Trinity's 0. One shot on goal went in from Cesar Resendez. 2 corners as well for the Firebirds. Trinity does lead in one category. It's fouls. They've committed 3 to Carthage's 1. So far, a dominating start by the Firebirds. We'll see if Trinity can turn it around. at the midfield now. Kevin Reilly does a nice job to pass it to the far side. Reilly in his senior year, but has an extra year of eligibility. Will return. He was not honored pregame on senior day. Reilly from Libertyville, Illinois. Just his second start of the season, played 60 minutes in his first start. He's a transfer from the University of Dayton. Two-time All-Conference in high school at Libertyville. And his younger brother, Mickey, mans the team with him. Mickey usually playing for Carthage, but out of the lineup today. Now here's Conrad Bolster. A little bit more on Bolster, his club team, the Chicago Fire. Marketing and management double major. Said his most memorable moment at Carthage was going to Houston for preseason his freshman year and being stuck in the middle of Hurricane Harvey. Said the team really had to come together and survive and pivot. Team has done just that, and now in 2021, after an odd 2020, showing out on the field, trying to maintain that perfect record here on senior day. They're 4-0 and 3-0 in the CCIW. Mccaw had it niftily taken away, but moves out of bounds from Nick Willard. Willard from Wisconsin Rapids, in state. Passes out to Reilly. Reilly a defender, but showing his offensive prowess here as he's deep by the 18. Tripped up Patterson, but no whistle. Back out to Mccaw. Mccaw tries a cross, but again, nobody home. Perhaps a ambitious bending shot from Mccaw as well. 15 minutes gone in the first half. Lights coming on here at Art Keller Field. Temperatures continuing to drop. It's been a little bit of a chilly day. Overcast here in Kenosha. Most of the players out there wearing short sleeves and full shorts, though. Not bothered by the cold, getting that blood flowing. Joel Karakos on the far side. Nice footwork moving in for the Trojans off of a Carthage leg, and Mccaw again. He's been a magnet for the ball so far in this first half at midfield. Mccaw. Pass goes off of Trinity, so he sends it to the back line over to Arvalo. Arvalo to the midfield for Eloisa. Eloisa with 6 points this season. It's tied for second on the team with Nick Renfro. Eloisa has the 1 goal, but 4 assists as well. Here's Resendez, the goal scorer. Nice pass up ahead for Eloisa. Can he run it down? Yes. Eloisa back to Reilly. Reilly to Eloisa. Almost passed out of bounds, but nice right foot from Eloisa. Trying to crack into the 18 are the Firebirds. Reilly cross to the far side again. Nobody home. Seems like the receiving end of some of these crosses and passes. Bit of miscommunication for Carthage, but they run it down. Here's Eloisa. He'll tee one up. Bending shot. Butenov. What a save. Danny Eloisa almost bent that into the top right corner, and Jacob Butenov had to get off of his feet and punch it with that left hand. What a save by the senior. That was almost 2 outstanding goals for Carthage. Cesar Resendez scored from right around there. It was a bit of a lower shot, and he went left side. Eloisa almost with a highlight goal. Headed out by Trinity. Butenov, a 2-year team captain in high school. He's from Zion, Illinois, went to Christian Life High School. First team All-County his senior year. He gets the start tonight over Andre Wenzel, who had played in 10 games in the 2021 season, and Daniel Hill, who had played in 5. So head coach Josiah Larson getting some reps to Butenov, and he made a great save there on Eloisa. Willard slows it down again to the back line, popped up to midfield. heading for it. Matt Darbo wins the battle back to Arvalo, and they'll reset. Stephen Owens has not really been tested so far in this game. Stays active. His father Dale and mother Janet likely watching on from St. Charles, Illinois. He said his most memorable part of his Carthage career was also a preseason trip. This one was a little bit less tumultuous. They went to New Jersey and the East Coast his junior season. Said it was a great experience being part of a great program with great players. Proud to be a part of the Carthage history as another corner is set up for Cesar Resendez on the far side. He's gotten some action there. Resendez raises the right arm, regroups though after some movement from Carthage, and will reset. The boot bends in, headed back, still in the 18. It's loose. Mccaw takes a swing at it, and it's popped way up and past the end line. Now 4 corners for Carthage to Trinity's 0. Trinity International Trojans trying to regroup with 25 minutes left in the first half. Score 1-0. Thanks for joining us here in Kenosha. David Korseniowski and the rest of our crew on hand for Senior Day. Push on Resendez, so the ball stays with the Trojans. Quickly booted up by Zdeno Charles. Deceptive name sounds way too similar to Zdeno Chara, but no, it's Zdeno Charles. Bit of a difference between the 5'9" midfielder for Trinity International and the 6'7" or 6'8" defenseman for the Washington Capitals now, but I can see how people would get confused. Trinity regroups now, right at midfield. Big boot up towards the 18, and again, Carthage is there. Trinity has had a lot of trouble keeping the ball and connecting passes. Streaking up is Joe Ballas. Ballas to the 6, and Butenoff gets it out to midfield temporarily. Kevin Reilly quickly there. Soft pass. Leads Mccaw extremely well. He tried to bring it back inside and couldn't find Aiden Crowder. Booted out by Trinity. So again, a far side corner that Cesar Resendez will take. Resendez, 5'8", 180 from Naperville. His team earned a #1 national ranking by Max Preps in 2018. Here's the corner from Resendez. Resendez way far side. Mccaw is there, almost on the doorstep. Butenoff is there. Angle looked like that still would have been just wide, but dangerously close. Butenoff seals off the left post. Another great chance for Carthage. 1-0 the score. Shots now 8-0 in favor of the Firebirds. Carthage so quick. Great tackling. Great deception. Move by Mccaw to make it easy on Nick Renfro. Renfro passes it up the near side to Crowder. Crowder tried to turn the Jets on, but it was poked out by George Martinez for Trinity. Mccaw will get some more action on the near side now. Mccaw, 3-time conference champion with Oswego High School before coming to Carthage. Headed into the 6. Now a dash for it on the outside. First one there is Aiden Crowder. You can see that speed from Crowder. Mccaw now headed. Butenoff with the save. Quickly running back is Nick Renfro. Renfro with a great header. Just placed it right in between the hands of Butenoff, who makes another save. Reilly tripped up again, and a foul on the Trojans. Carthage bench staying animated. 20 minutes left in the first half. Been a one-sided game so far. 1-0 the score, 9-0 in favor of Carthage in the shots category, 5-0 in the corners category, and even 4-4 in fouls. Been physical but not too chippy, as both of these teams are coming off of games where there were a lot of cards issued. Carthage coming off of a 5-card win over Elmhurst. Trinity International, their last recorded game back on April 10th, saw 4 yellows. Here's a free kick for Resendez. We saw that boot that he has, as now he has a free kick about 2 or 3 yards outside of the 18. Further than that, excuse me. Lines can be a bit deceptive here as multiple sports play on the same field. Resendez sends it high for a field goal right in between the uprights. Resendez just booted that a little bit high above the crossbar. Butenov runs it down. Martinez now waits for a substitute as a fresh face comes on for Trinity. We'll get you that in just a moment. And now play resumes. Strong leg from Martinez to midfield. Then up to the attacking third for Trinity. But Matt Darbo is there. Just outside of this 18 has been the area that the Trojans haven't been able to get past. Seems like where their offense stops, and it's taken away most of the afternoon. Reilly again proving that point, as it's a far side throw in for the Trojans. Try to get it in, head it away into the 18. Weak shot goes past the right side of goal. Stephen Owens making sure nobody can threaten there. Daniel Rivera comes out. Xavier Brown is in for Trinity. Jorge Vasquez also sent for some rest. And Tyler Cooey is in the game. Cooey, the junior from Coldwater, Michigan, gets his first action. And that's him right there. Tripped up a little bit with Nick Renfro, and now Stephen Owens adjusting his right cleat as the ball is back and forth at midfield. Stop and start from Troy Sy. Seen some nifty footwork from the junior. Had a goal back on March 25th against Lincoln Christian. Tough end of the 2021 recorded regular season for Trinity International. They lost 5 of their last 6 games. Their one win was a thriller, though. It was a 2-1 win in double overtime against Governor's State. As now they run it back. Mccaw causing some trouble as the center backs can't connect, so they'll go to the midfield. Race to the outside. Arvalo almost wins it. Somehow stays in bounds. Trinity has a chance here. Aloyza gets beat on the far side. Moving into the 18. Poked away. Now some green grass for Carthage. Joe Ballas is in the game. Pass to Mason Mccaw. Mccaw tried to send it back to Ballas, but Nick Willard has been pesky on the near side. Willard, the junior, played 105 minutes in that double overtime thriller against Governor's State back on April 7th. Now out of bounds by the far side bleachers here at Art Keller Field. Trinity will throw it in. Goal came early in the first half from Cesar Resendez. It was a beauty from a shot outside the 18. Danny Aloyza almost added a second, but a amazing save by a leaping Jacob Butenov kept this at a 1-0 Carthage lead. Carthage again dominating, but Trinity showing some signs of life here late in the second half, getting some more possession and taking it away from Carthage more quickly. Almost due there, but a foul called against the Trojans. Double-digit shots now for Carthage. They have 10 to the Trojans 0. Resendez slows it down to the outside. Passes to Kevin Reilly. Nifty passing right now from the Firebirds up ahead for Mccaw. Mccaw loses it temporarily in a turnover. Here's Tyler Cooey. Cooey, a beautiful pass, but offsides. Slow your roll, says the near side line judge. Running offsides was Xavier Brown. Brown has shown that burst of speed. Double-digit points on the year, 3 goals, 4 assists, and 10 points for Brown. Brown went to Zion Benton High School. 17 shots, 11 shots on goal. And a trip by Crowder. Fouls 5-4, as you can see with that graphic in the bottom right corner, and an even 5-5 after the one from Crowder. Again, not too chippy so far in this one. Still a 1-0 game, very much within reach for Trinity, because for all of the shots that Carthage has had, they've only scored 1 goal. Trinity still within striking distance. Now they have a free kick, one of their better offensive chances this half. High boot. Owens jumps out. He loses the ball, and it's poked away by Crowder. Crowder does a great job to get that out of dodge, but 3 Trojans were right outside the 6 and had a look at a goal. Player is now down for Carthage. Clock continuing to run here at Art Keller Field. We'll see if a trainer comes out or if he can get back up under his own power. Quinn Roth waits patiently on the far side. You see him there with the ball. Cesar Resendez, number 17, with the goal for the Firebirds. He looks to the bench. And working his way back up is Conrad Bolster. Bolster, the senior, took a hit inside the 18, but is back under his own power. And a throw in for the Firebirds. Luis Garduno now on the field for the Firebirds as well, the freshman midfielder from Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin. He has it here, taps it back. Conrad Bolster. Excuse me, that was Trevor Molitor, not Luis Garduno. Molitor wearing number 1. He's at that forward spot. He comes in for Mason Mccaw. Mccaw was all over the field in the first half at that near side spot. He gets a breather for the remainder of the first, unless Steve Doman wants to put him back on. Xavier Brown to the outside. Tyler Cooey tries a cross, and it's stopped. Back for Crowder. Crowder, ton of speed, but so has Nick Willard. Molitor looking back for Crowder. Tried a little passing back and forth between those two, but Trinity corrals it. Under 13 minutes left now in the first half. Cesar Resendez, the goal scorer on Senior Day, last home game of the year for the Firebirds. Joe Ballas. Molitor tries a strike, gets past Butenov, but outside and pushed for a throw-in, not a corner. What a bullet dodged by the Trojans. Butenov with the initial save and a couple defenders there for the Trojans as well. Quick throw-in. Carthage still with possession. Popped back to Bolster. Bolster will run it down. Over to Arvalo. Molitor was the one on that rocket of a shot on the far side. Butenov with another save. He now has 4. So the early goal allowed, but 4 straight saves for Butenov in net. Trojans Try a long pass over for Trenton Garside. Haven't called his name too much. The sophomore from Allen, Texas, with 9 points on the year. Solid season for the second-year midfielder. Garside second on the team in points behind only Xavier Brown. Here's Darbo. Darbo moves his way up. Reilly to the midfield. Looks to his right. Renfro will instead thread the needle. Nice passing here. Reilly leaves it a bit behind, but they still have it. Renfro and Reilly. Renfro now. Crowder pushed. Crowder stops on a dime and keeps possession. Reilly still has it. Stops and starts. Corner of the 18. Here's Crowder. Crowder trying to break the seal. He gets through. Crowder tries a left-handed shot, blocked in front by Nathan Patterson. Solid defense by the Trojans after Carthage threatening with just over 10 minutes left in the first. See that burst of athleticism from Bolster, Crowder, and Kevin Reilly. Those three were in on the play. Now Butenov, headband wearing, gray jersey, dressed. Has really locked down after letting up that first goal from Resendez. Arvalo, excuse me, for Crowder. Crowder back and forth it goes. Arvalo. Taken away by Trinity. Arvalo again. Arvalo, his two parents, Carlos and Claudia, proud of his achievements with Carthage. 5'7", 170. He's a defender and center back. Gets the start this afternoon. Told you the favorite college moments of the other two seniors, Bolster and Owens. For Aloysia, it was also the preseason trip. That seems to be a common theme. Said exploring New Jersey and the East Coast with Stephen Owens and company. Right away, he found himself anchoring the back line and captaining the team. He said that was a great experience for him and one of his favorites with this Carthage team. Now he plays his last game with his fellow seniors, Conrad Bolster and Stephen Owens, all three in the starting lineup. All three have played the entirety of the first half to this point. Resendez, sloppy pass, but a great save to keep it in. Trinity International quickly takes it back over. Steered back to Butenov. Taps it over with the left foot to his right. Josiah Joseph in the game for the first time at midfield. Joseph from Trinidad and Tobago, grew up in Santa Cruz. Transfer from the University of Northeast Ohio. Playing in his 10th game of the season. He had started 4, didn't get the start in this one, but has 2 points with that 1 goal. It was a game winner against Governor State, that double overtime thriller we talked about earlier. Josiah Joseph was the hero in extra time. Now Matt Darbo will slow it down. Just over 7 minutes left in the first half. Ballas to Crowder. Crowder with Patterson on his back, sends it back to Resendez. Resendez has scored the first and only goal of this game. It came in the 4th minute, 3:38 in. He had a great shot that beat Butenov just inside the left post. Aloysia almost had a bending shot into the top right corner, but a highlight save by Butenov kept this at a 1-goal deficit for the Trojans. A 1-0 lead for the Firebirds here on Senior Day. Ballas pops it back to Ballas. Ballas, the freshman defender from Bolingbrook, Illinois. Resendez now has it, but a call on the slide tackle on the far side. A yellow card is issued. It's the first of the first half. Goes against Carthage. Believe it was on Matthew Darbo, getting confirmation on that now. Indeed it was. Darbo, the junior from McHenry, Illinois. Did not pick up a card in that most recent game against Elmhurst, a 1-0 win that saw 5 cards issued to Carthage. Joseph, back and forth. Guadarrama takes it away. Giovanni Guadarrama from Northfield, Illinois. Correction as well on the yellow card. Not on Darbo, was on Quinn Roth. Quinn Roth, the midfielder, as the shot goes wide from Josiah Joseph. Under 5 minutes left now. Quinn Roth gets the card, first of the game for either team. Owens waiting for his midfielders to move up. Gets the go code from the head referee here at Art Keller Field. Drops down right at midfield. And now Carthage with it. Throw in. And a substitution for the Firebirds. Trinity has it. Nick Willard. 3 minutes and 38 seconds to tie this game up. Brown back to Zdena Charles. Cesar Resendez. Fouled by Trinity. Carthage wants to add some more before the halftime locker room. Kevin Reilly is there. Reilly, a soft pass in. Molitor was moving in the opposite direction. He was moving to the top of the 18. Josiah Joseph has it go off of his right leg and out of bounds. Guadarrama will throw in. Guadarrama goes the offensive route instead of passing to the back line. Freshman, he's played in 5 games now, started 1. Nearly 180 minutes on his freshman season. Back for Renfro. Renfro swings it across to Resendez. Reilly tried to pop it up to the goal scorer, Resendez, but could not connect. Moving outside, Molitor has a chance, sharp angle, shot goes high and wide. Had Butenov out of position and on his backside, but a tough angle for Trevor Molitor. He tried to rush the shot and just popped it up and above the crossbar. Butenov dodges a bullet as this could easily be a 2-0 game. Molitor, just his second shot on the season, almost had his first goal. Reilly knows there's still time, passes up. Trojans harassed, but a nice job by Trenton Garside to seal off the Firebirds. Goes out of bounds though, so a corner coming. 90 seconds left in the first half. Molitor will take this corner. We saw one corner on this near side. Mason Mccaw took it. He has been substituted out. So Molitor will take it here. Minute 15 left now. Carthage organizing on the back corner of the 18. Popped up and in, headed, still loose. Trinity gets it out of dodge for the time being. Guadarrama takes it away. Guadarrama passes to the near side. Molitor, who nearly made this a 2-0 game, has to hand it back over after a whistle against the Firebirds. Under a minute left now in the first half. Renfro. Molitor. Moves in and out. Molitor, left foot, sneaks it through the two defenders, but a Trojan is there. It's Zdena Charles who cleans it up. Big collision, no whistle. Renfro tangled up with Tyler Cooey. Cooey sent Renfro to the ground. 15 seconds left now for the Trojans. They try a big boot. Almost in, but back and out past the far side, and that should do it. Quick throw in coming, but they run out of time as Nick Willard will throw the ball back towards the referee, and the two teams will head to their respective huddles. 1-0 is your halftime score. Cesar Resendez with the goal in the 4th minute has been the difference so far. Carthage dominating in nearly every category. They're up 12-0 in shots, 6-0 in corners, 1-0 on the scoreboard. Still a close one here on Senior Day. Second half starting in about 15 minutes here at Art Keller Field.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to midfield. Carthage College, the athletics department, and
Coach Doman and our soccer staff and everyone associated with Carthage soccer would like to recognize Zach Taves. Zach has been the Carthage soccer head athletic trainer for nearly 8 years. He has serviced this team at all levels without fail or complaint. He has been one of our biggest assets on and off the field. Following this spring, Zach will be moving north to relocate with his family and start a new career. We are super sad, super proud, and know what he has meant to Carthage and Carthage athletics. He has championed this team to NCAA tournament runs, CCIW regular season and tournament titles, and has become incredibly close with teammates and peers. He has set a precedence that others should follow. He will be sorely missed. A round of applause for Zach Taves.
A minute away from the start of the second half. Carthage up 1-0 on Trinity International here at Art Keller Field. Senior day for the Firebirds. 3 seniors honored pregame. Arnold Arvalo, Stephen Owens, and Conrad Bolster. But the story of the game so far was Cesar Resendez with the goal in the 4th minute to put Carthage up. They have not looked back, dominating every statistical category. 12-0 in shots, 5-0 in shots on goal, 6-0 in corners. Can the Trojans turn it around here in the second frame, or will Carthage cruise to a final home game victory here on Saturday night under the lights? There you get a look at the stats, some of which I just mentioned. Fouls also 6-6. One notable yellow card at the end of the first half was in the 40th minute on Quinn Roth, so he has a caution here heading into the second half. But you can see Trinity International, those 4 saves from Jacob Butenhoff have been huge as well. This game could very easily be 2 or 3-0, perhaps even more. Best save of the night was on Danny Aloiza. Had a chance at a highlight reel goal in the top right corner. Butenhoff jumped out of his shoes and was able to punch it over the crossbar to keep it at a 1-goal deficit. We'll see what halftime adjustments Josiah Larson and the Trojans have in store. Steve Doman and the Firebirds don't have to change much. They were able to keep most of the possession in the first half. Carthage with a whopping 60% of their possession in the attacking half. Trinity had most of their possession on the defensive end, as we see sent back to the back line for Carthage here to start the second half. Saw some slow goings at the beginning of the first, and then that 4th-minute goal from Resendez that really came out of nowhere. It was well outside the 18. He just took it on himself and was able to beat Butenhoff, who was napping just slightly. Lucas Sucker is also in goal for Stephen Owens. So Owens played the first half, did not face a shot, did not let up a goal. It's Sucker who gets the nod here. Stands at 5'11" from Germantown, Wisconsin. We'll see how he fares. But again, Carthage's defense. Here's Resendez. Had to stop myself mid-sentence the way he scored in the first half. He shot that one from about 10 yards outside the 18 and still made Butenhoff dive. But as I was saying, the Carthage defense made it so tough on the Trojans that they made it easy on their goalkeepers. Owens had a relatively calm first half. We'll see if Sucker has the same in store. He's played in 1 game. It was a start. He played the first half, let up 1 goal, had 1 save, and got the win. Tripped up inside the 18. Carthage wants a penalty kick. They don't get it. No whistle against the Trojans. Back at midfield, taken away by Renfro. Renfro, a ton of speed out there at midfield. Kevin Reilly steps in, his younger brother Mickey Reilly out of the lineup in case you're just joining us because of a red card in his most recent game against Elmhurst. It was a win, 1-0. Carthage moved to 4-0, trying to move to 5-0 this evening. Arvalo up ahead to Bolster. The seniors pairing up at that midfield and defense positions. The third senior gets a rest here in the second half. That was Stephen Owens, who we just mentioned. Thanks for joining us here on Saturday night under the lights at Art Keller Field in Kenosha. David Korseniowski and the rest of our crew with you. John Voinovich producing this stream. Resendez to the back line, to the far side. Guadarrama stops and starts. Guadarrama, small frame, 5'9", just 130. But he came in as a substitute late in that second half. He gets the nod here to start the second. Came in as a sub in the first, excuse me. Here's Omar Cordova. So we're seeing some more substitutes for Steve Doman's team. Colin Moran also in. Mason Mccaw back out on the field to start the second. He was all over the ball in the first half. Had the most shots out of anyone on either team with 3. Only one of them was on goal, though. He played 31 minutes. 2 shots also coming from Resendez, Renfro, and Molitor. Molitor, the substitute late in the first half, had a great chance when the goalkeeper Butenhoff had fallen on his back out of position inside the 18, but Molitor maybe rushed the shot just a tad and shot it high and wide from a sharp angle. Would have been a tough goal to score and could have given Carthage double the cushion that they have now. About 5 minutes gone in the second half. Carthage picking up where they left off in the first. Arvalo slows it down. Here's Bolster. Bolster outside the 18, sealed off and taken away. Quickly up ahead by George Martinez. Bolster quickly regains possession. Soft tap to Kevin Reilly. Kevin Reilly inside, shot, booted, and punched away by Butenov. Cordova almost had a chance. He was parallel with the end line and really would have been tough to curve it in. Butenov has to make the save, though, to keep this a 1-0 game. Off of Butenov last, so it's a corner first of the second half for the Firebirds. Bolster will take it for the Carthage side. Handful of jerseys bunched up just inside the 18, streaking towards about mid-depth, headed away, and Butenov fields it on one hop. Ballas was the one there for the Firebirds. Great chance set up by Omar Cordova, the freshman defenseman, who comes up, and Butenov makes another save. 5 now on the evening for Butenov. Senior goalkeeper stands at 6'1". Christian Life High School graduate from Zion, Illinois. And again, he gets the start over Andre Wenzel and Daniel Hill, who got a majority of the action in the 2021 season for the Trojans. Trojans 4-9 overall, 3-9 in the conference. CCAC conference representative in the NAIA. Arvalo circling back. Pesky is Trenton Garside, almost took it away, goes off of Arvalo, and a throw-in deep in the offensive third for the Trojans. One of their better set-piece chances in the game, and especially here in the second half. Throws it in, one hops, pops it back. Trinity still with it. Moving in, tries to get a shot. Cordova's there, and he seals off Zdena Charles. Sucker settles it down for Carthage. Takes the goal kick. Wearing single zero instead of double zeros. Double zeros went to Stephen Owens today. Trinity tries to run it down and does. Mccaw is there, Guadarrama as well. Here's Noah Kemp. Kemp on the near side, passes it up ahead. Patterson to his center back partner, George Martinez. Martinez boots it up ahead to midfield. Leaping up was Renfro. Bolster. Nice touch pass to Mccaw. Mccaw steers off two defenders for Trinity. Trinity regains possession, though. Some green grass for the Trojans. Streaking up is Renfro. Arvalo in as well, and Resendez at midfield. Trinity still has it. Nice pass up ahead. Here's a chance. Left foot shot and goal! Xavier Brown ties the game. His 4th goal of the season.
Trinity goal, number 17, Xavier Brown.
The first shot on goal of the night for the Trojans finds its way into the back of the net. Trinity has tied it up. 1-1 the score. Carthage all of a sudden in a tie ball game. A quick boot well up ahead and past the end line gives the possession right back to Trinity. And for all of the domination that Carthage had been showing, up some 14-0 in shots, 7-0 in shots on goal before Trinity's late surge. They were only up by 1 thanks to some great goalkeeping by Jacob Butenhoff. And now this is a tie game with 35 minutes left. Great defense by Trinity. They're getting some swagger out here on senior day for Carthage. 15-1 in shots. Carthage leads 7-1 in shots on goal. This game is tied thanks to Xavier Brown. Xavier Brown scores his 11th and 12th points of the season. Leading goal scorer on the team now has 4, and a huge goal to beat Lucas Sucker. Carthage now with some more urgency all of a sudden. Mccaw tripped up in some frustration for the Firebirds. Bolster wanted a call, and he eventually gets it just outside the 18. This will be a free kick very close in for the Firebirds. Who will take it? Looks like they'll go to Resendez. 17 has been the lucky number. Passes outside to Renfro. Renfro tees it up. Too strong. He was looking for a crosser into the box, but a sliding Kevin Reilly was a tad late. Nifty play, though, by Resendez and Renfro. Trying to catch the Trojans sleeping. They went with the quick short pass to the near side. And Renfro had a chance to shoot or pass. Looked like he opted for a pass by the left post. Kevin Reilly got there about a half a step late. Still a tie game. Trinity all of a sudden can take the lead if they can get it back into the offensive third. They've kept this thing close and waited for an opportunity. Brown delivered. Unassisted goal for Xavier Brown. He moved up into that attacking third all on his own, went into the 18, and buried it inside of the right post. Renfro. Low pass for Bolster. Cordova, he had a chance early in this second half. Crosses back to the top of the 6, but just a Trojan there. It was Nick Willard who intercepted the cross. Resendez now. Passes up for Ballas. That urgency back on for the Firebirds. Cordova. Cross inside the 18. Shot goes well high. Mccaw was on the doorstep. He sent that thing flying towards Tarbell Arena. Past the outside of the track here at Art Keller Field. Goes off of Trinity last. So a corner for Resendez here on the near side. Resendez. Left-footed cross, low into the box, goes back to Resendez again. He can take almost another corner, if you will. Chip shot high. Here's the shot again, still loose. Reilly had a chance at a header. Bolster had a chance at a right-footed shot, but the Trinity defense stands tall. Answering the call here after a flurry of shots from the Firebirds. Popped up. Carthage has it again. Outstanding control from Bolster. Bolster to Reilly. Reilly back to Moran. Moran, the substitute to start the second half. Redshirt sophomore. One of the biggest frames on this team, listed at 6 foot 230. Trinity has it after the foul on Carthage. A 1-1 game with just over 30 minutes left in the second half. It was all Carthage until Xavier Brown came streaking up and tied this game 1-1. It was just the first shot on goal for Trinity all evening. But Jacob Butenhoff has stood tall in goal for a moment like that to just tie this game up. Butenhoff has been great for the Trojans. He has 6 saves. Carthage has not made a save all evening. Lucas Sucker, who got the nod here in the second half responsible with the only goal allowed. Stephen Owens, the senior, did not face a shot in the first. Mccaw receives the goal kick from Sucker. Passes it up ahead for Ballas, but just out of his reach. Mccaw will throw it in momentarily. Carthage regathering inside the 18. Mccaw running start. Strong throw in. Headed away. Trenton Garside was there, as well as Troy Sy. Errant pass goes to the back line. Trinity is there, though. Reilly tries to capitalize on the mistake, but the Trojans have possession. Turned over. Cordova to Reilly. Cordova again. Spins around and back to midfield. Resendez. Resendez will shift field to the outside. The one and only goal for the Firebirds came back in the 4th minute from Resendez. Here's a chance. Cordova on the doorstep, headed just wide. Omar Cordova has had a great second half, a couple great chances for the freshman. All of a sudden, this is a game of the last 29 minutes after it seemed Carthage might run away with this. Trinity with some wind under their sails. Carthage with a renewed sense of urgency. Ballas passes back to Resendez. Resendez to the back line. Second half starters have remained out there since the goal scored by Trinity. Bolster. Bolster to Guadarrama to Resendez. Resendez to Renfro. Renfro fakes a shot. Nifty move by Kevin Reilly to send it back to Renfro. He still has it. Renfro swivels, looks for his teammates. Cordova moves in again. Cordova moves to the center of the field, to the top of the 18. Taken away by the Trojans. Mccaw could not quite corral the pass from Cordova. He did a great job of getting into the 18, splitting the defense, but could not get a shot. Trojans still have possession. Mccaw. Looking for Renfro. Renfro thought he got tangled up. No whistle. But again, goes off of Trinity last, and another corner coming. It's been a barrage of Firebirds possession since the Trinity goal scored, but the Trojans have stood tall so far. 18-1 now in shots in favor of Carthage. Resendez takes another corner. Sends this one way high back to Reilly. Reilly will head it up for himself again, and it goes out of bounds. Past the end line. Trojans survive another possession for the Firebirds. Second half has been entertaining, especially since that goal scored from Xavier Brown. Which way will this game go as we near the halfway mark of the second half? Neither team has used a timeout as well. That's worth noting. So both Steve Doman and Josiah Larson can regroup if they so choose. Reilly passes into Ballas. You can see how good Kevin Reilly has been. Older brother of Mickey Reilly, who scored a hat trick against Augustana earlier this year. Tries a far cross. Guadarrama somehow keeps it in, but then it leaks just past the end line. Nice hustle by the freshman Guadarrama. That most recent corner from Resendez was the 9th of the night for Carthage. They have not scored on a set piece yet, despite so many chances. Resendez back to Guadarrama. Guadarrama to the back line to Nate Moran. Cordova has had a couple of the best chances for Carthage here in the second half. Had a sharp angle shot saved by Butenov, and then some great footwork to get into the 18. Reilly, big boot. Bit too strong, looking for Bolster back towards goal. Reilly again with that speed, even passed it to himself off his right shoulder, upper chest area to keep possession. Did turn it over though with the strong boot. Reilly and his brothers from Libertyville in Illinois. Kevin Reilly scored 2 goals against Dallas Christian back in 2017. Played in over 1,300 minutes in 2018. Passes it with his right heel back to Cordova. Cordova moves in, tries a shot just wide. Butenov again sent sprawling to try to save that shot. Went just wide of the right post. Butenov was there in case it leaked in. Strong shot again from Omar Cordova. Now a 19th shot for Carthage. This game has been so lopsided in every category but the score. 1-0 after 4 minutes. It stayed that way thanks to some amazing saves by Jacob Butenov. And then Xavier Brown took it on his own shoulders to beat Lucas Sucker and tie this game up in the second half. Carthage has been furiously pounding the net since. They have not been able to score that elusive goal number 2. Now a free kick for the Trojans. Garside will take it. Garside 3 goals this year, 9 points, trailing only Xavier Brown, the goal scorer here today for Trinity. Garside gets the whistle. Chip shot with the right foot, looking for a body in front. Bodies collide, no whistle. Both players were going for the ball. Nate Moran was there. Trinity still has it. Cross back towards the 6, intercepted by Carthage, and a strong boot up ahead to Mason Mccaw. Can Mccaw keep it in and find his teammate? Kevin Reilly moving into space on the far side. 5 blue jerseys around him. Reilly stops and starts just inside the 18, tries to pop it back to Guadarrama. Guadarrama and Reilly still have it. They've been able to keep possession this whole time. Trinity can't take it away. Reilly tried a shot himself, popped up and out, and Carthage will keep it. Kevin Reilly and Mason Mccaw started that possession and were able to keep it the whole time with their teammates catching up. Had 7, 8 blue jerseys all around them, were able to force the throw in and keep possession. Mccaw, bouncing throw into Cordova. He tried to tee one up, and nice defense by Garside to block the shot. Mccaw now, outside to Cordova. He's been so dangerous. Nice cross. Oh, can't find anybody. Bolster almost was there. Resendez was almost there. Butenov was again on his side, but could not connect. Arvalo. Pop shot up to Butenov, and again, Bolster is there leaping just a moment late. It's been an entertaining second half. Thanks for joining us here at Art Keller Field. Senior Day. Been a clean second half as well. Not nearly as many whistles in the second frame. Been all focused on play. Fouls are 8-8 for both teams. Most of those coming in the first half. Garside at midfield. Can Trinity pull off another goal and take the lead in this game, in which they're being outshot 20-2? It's the beauty of soccer. Get a goalkeeper like Jacob Butenov, can keep you in just about any game. Oh my goodness, that was almost a costly turnover. Carthage still has it. Mccaw fanned on the bad pass. Shot and score! Joe Ballas breaks the tie. It's 2-1 Firebirds.
Carthage goal number 23, Joe Ballas.
Back to Troy's side now. Ballas, his first goal of his career in a Carthage uniform. Breaks the tie here on Senior Day. Ballas from Bolingbrook, Illinois, right now the hero, as he gives Carthage back a 1-goal lead. Big cross. Kevin Reilly pushed. Cordova now tries a shot off of a Trinity defender and out of bounds in another corner. Carthage now probably not going to be content with the 1-goal lead like they were in the first. They did have some shots to try to expand this lead to 2, but we're up 1-0 a majority of this game. Resendez will now take the corner yet again. Resendez. 10th corner of the night for Carthage. Header just wide. Nate Moran, excuse me, on the chance there. Under 20 minutes left now in this game. Can Trinity tie it up again? They were able to do it at 1-1. Can they do it at 2-2? 23-2 are the shots in favor of the Firebirds. All smiles right now on that Carthage bench right at the top of your screen. Headed by Steve Doman. Closing in on win number 275. This win tonight would be 274. Conference Coach of the Year 5 times, most recently back in 2018. It's a Carthage team that could move to 5-0 with a win today. And another corner coming. Carthage was just 8-10-2 back in 2019. Had a 3-game losing streak to start the year, a 4-game win streak from late September into early October. That, again, is 2019. Seems like ages ago, given all that we've been through. But now Carthage back on the pitch and playing great. Trying to get a win here on Senior Day. Shot from Moran goes well wide. And to the left, Butenov, no need to dive for that one. He'll now underhand it to George Martinez and regather. There you get a look at the shots and on goal. 24-2, 8-1. Extremely one-sided, but for a good portion of this second half, it was tied at 1-1. Reilly moves in, steps outside. Can he get it in? Yes, he can! Off of Martinez, the last. The 3rd goal of the evening from Kevin Reilly.
Carthage goal number 18, Kevin Reilly.
A lot of Kevin Reilly fans
Assist,
here at
number 1,
Keller
Trevor
Field. They
Molitor.
are going crazy. He's been playing so well all evening. And a yellow card issued. After the goal on Trevor Molitor, still seems like an afterthought considering the great goal from Reilly. He was streaking up, got Butenov out of position on the initial save, was able to put it in at a sharp angle. Martinez almost got there for the save as well, but went off of his leg and into the back of the net. Kevin Reilly scores his first goal of 2021 and moves it to 3-1. Molitor still getting a lecture from the head referee here. Molitor positioned outside that center circle. Second yellow card of the evening for Carthage, but again, a 2-goal lead. Don't think the Firebirds are sweating too much. So Kevin Reilly gets the goal. Trevor Molitor, the guilty party on the yellow card, he did get the assist. Molitor's first point of the 2021 season, playing in his 5th game. Now we have another whistle before the throw-in for Trinity. 2-goal lead seems safe for Carthage right now. We'll see what happens in these next 16:35. Goals from Resendez, Ballas, and Kevin Reilly here on Senior Day. 1 goal for Trinity came from Xavier Brown, scoring his 4th of the season. Now we have another yellow. 2 yellows. Things getting chippy with the 2-goal lead. Goes against George Martinez. And a red. Wow. Martinez and Nick Willard, both with yellows. Nick Willard has just been given a red. And now a team meeting almost with Butenov, Jovan Yankovic, Tyler Cooey, and company for Trinity, pleading their case for Willard and Martinez. Martinez escorted off, still jawing at the head referee, to no avail. So Trinity will now be not only down by 2 goals, but undermanned. They will have 10 players for the rest of this game. Clock continuing to run here at Art Keller Field. Referee trying to take control, gives the go code to Giovanni Guadarrama, and we will get back underway momentarily. So yellow card on Nick Willard and George Martinez, and then the subsequent red to Willard, who has since left the pitch. He's now squatted down at the end of the Trinity bench on the far side, and that will make this task even tougher for Trinity to try to come back in this game. Guadarrama in towards Butenov, and he will glove it easily and regather. 3-1 the score on Senior Day. David Korseniowski and the rest of our crew here with you. Goals from Resendez, Ballas, and Kevin Reilly. Carthage has played phenomenal end to end. They had a bit of a scare after a goal from Xavier Brown to tie it at 1-1, despite the shots category leaning heavily in Carthage's favor. It's now 25-2 for the Firebirds. Guadarrama in for Ballas. Ballas, the 2nd goal scorer, right now would have the game-winning goal if the score stays as is. Molitor moving to the outside, pushed by Martinez. Martinez just picked up that yellow, has to be careful. And again, a trip up, head referee sprints over. Remember, Molitor got a yellow as well, so all of these players on thin ice on the far right corner. Molitor from Omro, Wisconsin, freshman at 6 foot 150. Playing in just his 2nd game this season. Also played basketball for 3 years, ran track for 4 at Amro High School. In, and another goal. Beautiful header from Nate Moran, makes it 4-1, and a barrage of late goals here in the second half puts Carthage up by
Carthage
3.
goal number 26, Colin Moran. Assisted by number 1, Trevor Molitor.
Colin Moran gets the goal. Molitor with the assist. His second assist of the second half at that. Molitor 2 assists, Moran a goal. Moran's second goal of the season for his 4th and 5th points. So Carthage scored in the 70th minute, 73rd minute, and they scored in the 78th minute. 3 goals in under 8 minutes for Carthage to make this game 1-1, and all of a sudden 4-1. 12 minutes and change left here on Senior Day. Carthage is poised to move to a perfect 5-0. They want some more, though. Here come the Firebirds. Tap to the outside. A lot of substitutes now in for Steve Doman's squad. That was Brendan Balgrid who had a chance. Spinning around is Bolster. Bolster to the outside to Cordova. Cordova will backtrack it to Renfro, who will calm it down. Balgrid taps it near side. Cordova, again, slower pace of play here. No need to rush for the Firebirds. Outside to Bolster. Bolster, Balgrid has a nose for the ball since coming onto the pitch. Back to Resendez, who scored the first goal of this game way back in the 4th minute. Up ahead, offsides. Conrad Bolster a little bit too eager. He can't believe the call as you get another look at the shots and on goal. Now 26-2 and 10-1. Well, if you look at the Carthage schedule, their record may just be 5-0 after this game, but they played a handful of scrimmages as well. Total of 9 scrimmages, so unofficial contests for the Firebirds. As Renfro now moves in, shoots. What a save by Butenov, cleaning up. Block goes wide. Joe Ballas almost had a second goal, and now Bolster is down, writhing in pain, grabbing his right shoulder right now. Head referee comes over. Bolster sits up and signals on a trainer. Trainer will come out for Conrad Bolster, who had a chance to make this thing 5-1. Butenov with a great save for Trinity. His 7th of the evening. He's let up 4 goals. Bolster now gets up to his feet under... Excuse me, that was Ballas who was with him. Bolster has 2 trainers next to him. Take a look at those saves for the Trojans. Butenov has had a tough day of work, no question. Had 4 saves in the first half, another 3 here, but Carthage's offense just too much for the senior. Bolster will slowly move towards that sideline. Again, seems to be grabbing the right shoulder, accompanied by the 2 trainers, and a substitute will come in. Applause rain in from the fans here. Matt Darbo will come back on. He started this game. Clock did not stop during that injury, as I think both teams know that this game is all but decided right now. 8:40 left. Corner is also coming after the block by Trinity. Flying header. Brendan Balgard missed on. Carthage still has it, though. Guadarrama moves over to Garduño. Garduño, the freshman from Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin. Tap touch by Noah Kemp. Goes out of bounds, and Garduño will throw it in. Instead, it will be Barton Krimpos. Krimpos, the junior from Antioch, Illinois. And Arnold Arvalo heads off after his senior day. Comes in, does Matt Darbo. Arvalo, a huge standing ovation from the fans here in his final game at Art Keller Field. Arnold Arvalo, the senior from Montgomery, Illinois, playing in his second game of the season so far today, and he was solid, rock solid at that back line with Carthage. They let up just one goal so far in this one. 7.5 minutes left. Krimpos to Bolster. Bolster actually stayed in. Darbo came in for Arvalo, not Bolster. So Bolster with that right shoulder grab seems to be okay after a great chance for a 5th goal. Heading chance goes well high of Quinn Roth. And back past the end line. Renfro pushes off, and the head referee was all over that. Quickly calls him for the foul. No contest from Renfro. Sean Fenton was on the receiving end. Noah Kemp outside to Josiah Joseph. Here's Brendan Balgard. Balgard moves back in. Nice pass to the outside. Here's a chance. Quinn Roth shoots just wide. Quinn Roth put some extra mustard on that shot. Went past the left post, and again, Butenov cannot take a minute off as this Carthage offense has been peppering shots towards him all afternoon. Shots now 29-2. Goal kick at midfield. Garduño all over it. Passes right to Trinity, though. Garduño picks it up for Joe Ballas. Ballas scored the 2nd goal for Carthage. That gave them the lead. They have not surrendered it since. And even 30 shots for the Firebirds. Their most all season. Bolster to Krimpos. Krimpos tries to thread the needle into the 18. Butenov is right there by the 6 to pick it up. I know those 4 goals allowed. You might not think the goalkeeping for Trinity was much good, but it was just that. 7 saves for Butenov. All over the net. Shows off his range. Seals off the posts well. More so better offense and a lack of backline support for Trinity. Big shot from the outside. Sucker is over to field it on one hop and quickly roll it out of the 18. Butenov in his senior season getting the nod over his co-senior Andre Wenzel and junior Daniel Hill. 7 saves today and another offsides for Carthage. A little bit of an extra look from Bolster as he didn't like the call. Bolster again had a great chance for a goal. Instead got shaken up and will finish off his final game of the season here at Art Keller Field. He'll be coming back though. Bolster, Arvalo, and Owens will always be alumni of this program, can come back and watch the future teams for Steve Doman and the Firebirds. This 2021 season has been disjointed at times, but special 5-0 record if they can finish this off with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. Gardenia misses the pass for Bolster. What a difference a year plus makes for Carthage. They went from 8-10-2 in 2019 to a perfect 5-0 in 2021. First in the conference ahead of Illinois Wesleyan, who is at second at 3-2. The only team with a perfect record in the CCIW. Trinity on the other side. They were 11th in the CCAC coming into this game. This loss will drop them to 4-10 overall in this spring season. Bounces back. Baugrid has a nose for it. He gets tripped up just outside of the 18. Fans clamoring for a red card. We'll see what they give Nathan Patterson. Patterson's lucky that wasn't inside the 18. If it was just 3 yards forward, would have been a penalty kick. Some fans also saying that was a goal-scoring opportunity. Should be a penalty kick. Instead, they'll go with a free kick just outside the 18. No yellow card issued, no red card as well. And Bolster will take it. This would be a fitting end to this senior day game if he can find the back of the net. Bolster had a chance on a goal about 10 minutes ago here in the second half. Moves in, sends it just high. Bolster chipped it with the right foot, up and out of play, and Butenhoff will slow it down. 80 seconds left on senior day. Bolster comes out to a rain of applause from the Firebird faithful. Michael Grinder is in, and all 3 seniors have seen their last action on Art Keller Field. Arnold Arvalo, Stephen Owens,
There is 1
and
minute
Conrad
remaining.
Bolster. Feeling the support from the Firebird fans here today and showing out on the field. 4-1 is the lead with under a minute left in the last game of the 2021 season here at Art Keller Field. Josiah Fox to the outside. Can Trinity score a late goal? Tangled up. Guadarrama involved in some extracurriculars. Refs opt not to blow the whistle or give a conference. Chip shot in, bounces in front of Butenhoff, and he's there to clean it up for Michael Grinder. Grinder fresh off the
10,
bench
9,
for Bolster.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That'll do it. Goals from Resendez, Kevin Reilly, Moran, and Joe Ballas. 2 assists from Trevor Molitor gives Carthage a 4-1 win on senior day. 3 seniors honored: Arnold Arvalo, Stephen Owens, and Conrad Bolster. All 3 played, and they led the Firebirds to a perfect 5-0 record on the 2021 season. Trinity, with their 1 goal scored by Xavier Brown, his 4th of the season, they fall short here in Kenosha. Final shots go in favor of Carthage, 31-2, 11-1 in shots on goal. Thanks so much for joining us for this broadcast here on Carthage Sports. I'm David Korseniowski, and for our producer, John Voinovich, and the rest of our outstanding crew, whose names you can see on the screen, I'm saying so long, where your final score is Carthage 4, Trinity International 1. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.